this week's Central Ozarks Medical Center's hometown hero. And we love this one. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. It's Jane Martin with Scott's Concrete. And of course, you were the one that nominated Jane. Jane Martin and son Scotty Martin with Scott's Concrete have longtime family ties to the Lake of the Ozarks. Believe it or not, we know Scotty, Jane's son, so we think that's where the name came from for Scott's Concrete, right? Well, actually, Jane's parents, I believe, Bob and Joe Ellen Scott, started Scott's Concrete back in 1954. Joe Ellen was the last baby born in the town of Old Lynn Creek, and Bob's father, which would be Scotty's great-grandfather, was the first to come to the area back in 1890s as a surveyor. He then returned to Iowa, got an investor, and returned in 1894, purchasing the large tract of land that included Ha Ha Tonka all the way to Bridal Cave.
Wow.
The last of the land is still in the Scott family that adjoins Bridal Cave back behind the Camdenton concrete plant. Now, as far as business goes, that's obviously important. Jane was the first woman chair of the Missouri Concrete Association. And the W interchange that was completed recently, that was done with SAP, and Scott's won an award for the best ready-mix company in Missouri, as well as national recognition for that project. They've proven themselves as the trusted name in concrete here in mid-Missouri for 68 years, and the company's business model is to provide exceptional service and quality materials to support development in the region. However, it's the community involvement displayed by Scott's that goes above and beyond. Now, Jane prides herself on doing her giving without public knowledge. It's very, very important.
They give a lot.
Yeah, you may know about Homes for the Holidays with Slumberland. Of course, we have to spread the word for that so we can find people to pair with new beds. But you probably don't know things like donating and hauling 10 loads of gravel to the Lynn Creek soccer fields for LOSO, or the concrete for the handicap swing at the Camdenton schools, concrete for the Hope House building, the Camp Wonderland projects over the years that we got to see directly in our nonprofit out there, not to mention CADV Share the Harvest Food Pantry, and a huge way they're involved with the Community Foundation at the lake. And one notable recent contribution was the Camdenton VFW. Scott's Concrete provided materials, labor, and construction guidance. The company also helped raise funds for veterans and their families to build a community resource. Scott Martin sometimes worked alone after hours in the VFW building project without charge. Now, that list goes on, and as a matter of fact, I did some digging and talking with organizations because Jane and Scotty would never tell you how much they give or where it's going, but I found out that every year they give to over 60 charities and organizations around the lake alone. They contribute to, and they did not want any amounts or anything to be shared. That's important to them because the reason they give is because they want to encourage others to give, and you may not be able to give at the level they do, but I was talking with Scotty a couple of months ago, and he says, well, Will, it really is about, helping the people who are in need. He goes, and Mom's always instilled that. He said, but on top of that, it's about encouraging and inspiring those others that are in a position to help to do that, and I think they have encouraged people to do that. It's also funny, Jane's an adventure seeker with a true zest for life. She's got a slingshot utility vehicle she loves to take around. She's skydove numerous times, and she's an avid scuba diver. She has the 7 Seas badge, which I would assume means she's dove in the Arctic, North Atlantic, South Atlantic, North Pacific, South Pacific, Indian, and Southern Oceans.
All over the world.
She's crazy as far as her zest for adventure, and to be honest, I want to be more like Scotty Martin and Jane Martin when I grow up. Jane loves to give back. She adores her family, her son Scotty, daughter-in-law Allison, the rest of her family, of course, her 2 precious granddaughters, and our area is better because of the Scott and the Martin family, and it's our honor to highlight Jane Martin with Scott's Concrete as this week's Central Ozarks Medical Center hometown hero.
Absolutely. I had the privilege of having them on the Lake TV Community Spotlight show a little while back, and they're just so fun to be around. They're wonderful people. But it was funny, Scotty was telling the story about how Grandpa planted the trees in front of Camdenton High School. And Jane's like, really? I didn't know that. I've never heard that story. So, I mean, they're just such a huge, intricate part of the community. Love you guys. Thank you.